Greetings, everyone, and welcome
Hello.
to this edition of the Arlington Weekly News. I'm Craig Nolan. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Daniel Pineda.
My name's Adele Quo.
And another show lined up for you here. This is our post May Day show. May Day show. Hope you're enjoying the somewhat less than sunny weather out there we're having this
those
week.
thunderstorms are brutal.
Yeah, but we need the rain, right? We need the rain. It's always good to have the rain. So May showers bring May flowers.
I miss the California weather, which is 70 degrees every day.
Everything's green. California weather. Come on, man.
Come on, man.
So here we go with another show, our news and community bulletin board segments. And as you may have noticed, Adele is back from her assignment for another installment of
It's Easy Being Green. You remembered.
Yes,
back
it is.
together.
She remembered to come back.
She forgot last time.
CBB, as I mentioned, Denise is here with her spin on a couple of plays. She's looking at Harvey and Snow Child, our News for Seniors segment, and then our own Styrofoam mom, Miriam Gennari, and her guests. So that's our show. But before we begin, some social media work over here from my partner, Senor Pene.
We have to think of the youngsters who watch us on social media. Well, you can watch the Arlington Weekly News on our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/Arlington Weekly News and the number 1, because we are number 1. And also facebook.com/Arlington Weekly News. And Craig, also on the radio.
Also on the radio, we're in your ear at WERA 96.7 LPFM. Check us out. Here we go as our news items begin here. The first of our news items, the Arlington County Police Department is undergoing some changes, and what they hope will be a temporary restructuring, reallocating their rather diminished personnel in order to continue to provide essential services. There will be some reduction to traffic enforcement, community outreach, and investigation of some minor crimes. According to Arlington Police Chief Jay Farr, the department in Northern Virginia is down by about 50 officers. On a positive note, however, police training classes for this summer are expected to be twice the size of previous years, so help is on the way. Daniel.
Well, Craig, in addition to their existing Open Door Mondays, the Arlington County Board is offering residents another opportunity to express their views on how the county should grow in the future. The opportunity will come in the form of several big idea roundtables, where citizens are encouraged to discuss a variety of issues such as diversity, density, affordability, traffic, and more.
And to follow up on that story, the dates, times, and locations of the planned meetings are as follows. So grab a pen or pencil and some paper, jot these down if you like. Saturday, June 2nd from 2 to 4 in the afternoon at Langston Brown Community Center. They're located at 2121 North Culpeper Street. And then Monday, June 4, 6:30 to 9:30 in the evening at Drew Community Center, 3500 23rd Street South. Then Saturday, June 9 to 11 in the morning at Arlington Mill Community and Senior Center. They're at 909 South Dinwiddie Street. Monday, June 11, 6:30 to 8:30 in the evening at Ellen Bosman Government Center at 2100 Clarendon Boulevard. And then Wednesday, June 20th, 9 to 11 a.m. at LeBaron Community Center and Park. They're located at 300 North Park Drive. Attendees should register for just one roundtable each, and space will be limited. Registration is now open on the county's website, and you can check that out at https://countyboard.arlington.va/big idea roundtables. Daniel.
Stormy weather certainly has passed through the community here. Well, the rainstorms that began in our area this past Monday are expected to continue for several days. Even though the thunderstorms are subsiding, various amounts of rain are expected to continue on most days until Tuesday, May the 22nd. Sunny weather is not expected until Friday, May the 25th. Residents are encouraged to exercise caution, and some flooding and tree damage seem likely.
That's the weather.
That's the weather.
Kind of a dreary week, so we hope you're enjoying some maybe indoor sunshine. We'll be back with our CBB Community Bulletin Board file right after we hear from Adele Quo and another installment of
It's Easy Being Green.
Here's Adele.
We're back
She's back
and ready to go.
We are. It only takes a couple weeks to kind of get back in stride here. My name's Adele Quo, and welcome back to another It's Easy Being Green. For gardeners in Arlington and most of Northern Virginia, Mother's Day typically marks when all danger of the last frost has passed. No matter how tender, gardeners can plant whatever their hearts desire. The soil temperatures have warmed up enough to a constant 70 to 75 degrees, and the ground is moist enough for transplants. This is such a great time to get your hands in the dirt and plant. You can fill your beds and containers for a summer show of eye-catching flowers, foliage, and fresh veggies and herbs. Don't be afraid to pack your garden with a bright sea of colors and textures. Perennials, annuals, and edibles, they strut their stuff from spring to fall. And now, Joe, Tree Frog, our mascot, wants you to know about the upcoming native plant sales. Especially this Saturday, May 19th, we've got the really big, I mean B-I-G, big plant sale, the annual Green Spring Garden Day from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. More than 40 garden vendors will bring beautiful and unusual plants to this lovely must-visit Fairfax County Park. So don't miss the Virginia Native Plant Society table, where you'll find rare and treasured Virginia native plants you can't find elsewhere. And for inspiration for the home gardener, you can visit the park's naturalistic native plant garden and more than 20 thematic demonstration gardens. Also this Saturday, for more details, let's not forget the details on the Green Springs Big Plant Sale, go to www.fairfaxcounty.gov/parks/greenspring/garden day. Also, this Saturday, the Loudon Wildlife Conservancy Native Plant Sale is from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturday, May 19th. And for more details on this event, check out the loudonwildlife.org website. Go to event/spring native plant sale. Now, if you're in town for Memorial Day weekend and you miss those native plant sales on May 19th, you are still in luck. Volunteers from the Plant Nova Natives campaign will lead mini native plant tours at each of your local Meadows Farms Garden Center locations. Every half hour, a volunteer will talk about the benefits of planting natives, show people their beautiful guide to native plants for Northern Virginia, and lead tours around the garden center to the most popular native plants. All their native plants will be on sale. So from a summer side business selling tomatoes door to door from little red wagons, Meadows Farms has grown to one of the largest nursery and garden centers in the entire country. There are several locations in Northern Virginia. So check it out. And remember, it's easy being green when you're shopping for native plants this spring.
Not bad. Buy a plant and beautify your yard.
Buy a native plant.
Buy a native plant, excuse me, and beautify
can't
your
be any
yard.
plant.
Yeah,
Meadows
no,
Farms
it's
is
gotta be native.
a pretty big operation out there, and they've been around for a while, so that's good.
You
Yeah,
must
it's
be.
kind of a neat little history that I read up
It
on.
really is. They've been around for quite a while.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Adele.
Thank you, Adele.
We
You're
appreciate it. Buy a plant. Here goes promised now, our CBB, Community Bulletin Board file. Well, are you curious about great plays? Mind you, we're talking theater, not football. Theater educator Michael Heinlein will read and discuss some of the great plays. He'll be exploring works by Sophocles, Shakespeare, and others. That's coming up on Friday, May 25, 1:30 in the afternoon at Aurora Hills Community Center and Senior Center, 735 18th Street South here in Arlington. For more information and to register, give them a call at the number on your screen and in your ear now, 703-228-5722. Daniel.
Well, Craig, here's something for the younger set. It's called Busy Bees, and it's all about those remarkable insects on whom we depend for honey. It's a chance for children between the ages of 3 and 5 to observe bees in action in a local flower garden. Parents are invited to stay and observe, or those with younger siblings may visit the rest of the building. The cost is $5 per child. This is a recurring event, but the next session, Craig, is on Thursday. That's May the 24th from 4 to 5 p.m. That's at the Long Branch Nature Center located at Glen Carlin Park, located at 62 South Carlin Springs Road in Arlington, Virginia. For more information, just give them a call at 703-228-6535. Craig, more CBB stories.
Busy bees, more CBB. Now, here's something for older kids and young professionals. It's called bad branding, but it has nothing to do with cattle ranching. At least I don't think so. It's your chance to learn how to avoid the common marketing mistakes that many entrepreneurs make when they start a new business. The presentation will take place on Wednesday, May 23 from 6:30 to 8:30 in the PM portion of the day at the Connection in Crystal City, located at 2117 Crystal Plaza Arcade here in Arlington. So check that one out. Sounds like fun. Daniel. Ice cream,
yeah,
ice cream. You scream, we scream. We all scream.
Scream for ice cream. Well, I've been waiting for this story, actually. I love this story. Who doesn't love a good old-fashioned ice cream social? Well, this one combines two great things, Craig. That's ice cream, of course, and summer reading. It's the kickoff for the Arlington Public Library's summer reading program. Come along to chow down and sign up. That all takes place on Friday, May the 25th from 11 a.m. to 12 noon at the Walter Reed Community and Senior Center and Park, located at 2909 16th Street South. That's in Arlington, Virginia. For more information, call Leanne Canute. That's at 703-228-0955. Leanne Canute.
Leanne will be happy that you got her last name.
Yeah.
Leanne she'll be very proud of you for doing that. Thank you, Daniel. All right. We'll be back with news for seniors right after we hear from Denise and her this week's review. Here's Denise.
Director Pata Tishkurishvili of Sonetic Theater delivers William Shakespeare's play Titus Andronicus in the company's signature style, without words. This play is the 13th installation in Sonetic's Wordless Shakespeare series. For those of us who have seen the bloody and vicious play staged traditionally before and recoiled at the horrors, he also delivers the play with no nudity or loss of stage blood. Titus Andronicus was Shakespeare's first play, the bloodiest revenge play his audience had ever seen. The violence includes a beheading, a rape, several severed hands, a tongue removal, and cannibalism, to highlight the masses of ordinary killings that are part of any average war. Unlike his later plays set in Rome, this one is fictional. War has broken out, and Roman general Titus Andronicus has captured the Goths, including their queen Tamara, who has killed one of his sons. The Goth queen has caught the eye of the newly crowned Saturninus, who frees her and her sons when she agrees to marry him, and gives her the power to seek revenge on Titus, who has by now sacrificed one of her sons. This is just the beginning of a series of revenge killings, which beget more of the same. Arina Tishkurishvili choreographed the show and plays Tamara, while Philip Fletcher portrays Titus. Alex Mills and Dallas Tolentino turn in chilling performances as the Goth princes who rape and torture Lavinia, played by Arina Kavsadze. Fortunately, the gore is depicted by bits of costuming and pieces of red silk being thrown into the air from an obscured pit. Phil Charlwood designed the spare set, and resident composer Konstantin Lortkipanadze contributed the powerful sound of the show. Eric Teague designed the costumes, and Vato Tishkurishvili served as assistant director and flight choreographer. The production employs the intense physical movement that is now associated with Sonetic. You'll grimace and strain as you watch the cast run and ride horseback and fight to the death in these scenes of war and revenge. Titus Andronicus plays through May 27. It is a must-see for fans of the Wordless Shakespeare series. For first-timers, it will amaze you that such a complicated tale of vengeance and violence can be told so vividly without any dialogue. I'm Denise Pringle, Now back to the news desk.
Oh, yeah, Gary Stevens, yeah. Okay, we're chit-chatting away here. Thanks, Denise.
Thank you, Denise.
And her thoughts on...
I was listening,
Titus
Denise.
and
Maybe not them.
Andronicus? I'm sorry.
Take two.
Missing my theater cues here tonight. Yeah, take 2 or 3 or 4, several here. We go as promised now. Our News for Seniors file. Well, once each month, able-bodied seniors meet to participate in a fast-paced walking group called Fast Forwards. Participants will walk 3 to 4 miles in a loop starting about 9 in the morning, and the walk will take place Friday, May 25 at Aurora Hills Community Center, Senior Center, 735 18th Street South here in Arlington. To join the group and get more information, give them a call at the number on your screen there, 703-228-5722. Daniel.
Well, Craig, coming up next, we have something described as an armchair tour of portraits by the post-impressionist painter Paul Cézanne. This is the first exhibition devoted solely for his portrait. You'll see several intriguing works ranging from the artist's self-portraits to those of his wife and also his card-playing neighbors near his home in southern France. That all takes place on Wednesday. That's May the 23rd from 1:30 to 3 p.m. at the Lee Community and Senior Center and Park, located at 5722 Lee Highway in Arlington, Virginia.
All right, Daniel, and also in our News for Seniors files, thank you, Paul, collector Claire Rubin will share an array of writing instruments and accessories such as inkwells, blotters, and World War II air military stationery. Ms. Rubin will also share stories connected to the collection, and she invites seniors to bring their own pens and stories to the meeting if you like. That's coming up on Wednesday, May 23 at 1:30 in the afternoon at Aurora Hills Community and Senior Center, 735 18th Street South here in Arlington. To register and obtain more information, give them a call at the number on your screen, 228-5722. I should have that memorized by now. Daniel, your turn.
Well, Craig, the Arlington County Departments of Human Services and Parks and Recreation are hosting an open house. The purpose is to reintroduce the community to the center's Adult Day program and its Social 60+ Cafe. The Adult Day program is for adults with memory impairments or physical disabilities and for their caregivers as well. The cafe, which also operates at Arlington Mill and Langston Brown Senior Centers, offers a nutritious lunch plus age-appropriate activities. The open house will be held on Wednesday, that's May the 23rd, from 10 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. at the Walter Reed Community and Senior Center and Park, located at 2909 16th Street South in Arlington, Virginia. If you need any more information, just give them a call. That's at 703-228-0955. And as always, correct, we want to thank our Judy Masomny for this week's Senior Stories. Thank you, Judy, for your hard work and dedication. Right, Craig?
We appreciate it. Thanks, Judy. We'll be back to bid you adieu and sign off right after we hear from our own Styrofoam mom and another installment of her Sustainable Scoop. Here's Miriam.
Hi, and welcome to another edition of the Sustainable Scoop. School safety is on the minds of many people throughout the country, but probably not more for any group than young people. Joining me today to talk a little bit about the mind frame of young people is Marya Michaels. She is a former school teacher. She's also an author, and she's an inspirational speaker and a life coach. Is that right?
Exactly, yes.
Thanks for being with us.
I love to be here.
Well, Marya, the reason I wanted you here is because we need a little bit of guidance. Our children seem quite distressed these days. I'm not really sure. I have my own children. I'm not really sure what to say. What do you think is happening with the young people, not just the ones that are marching, but the ones that aren't?
Well, it's a pretty broad answer I would have to give to that. But to be specific for what I would see as the problem in general is that children are actually superbly ingrained in how to love from a very young age. I mostly taught young children, and they speak the truth if we allow them. And I believe that a lot of the upheaval that's been happening in the past few months, for example, where the children especially the teenagers, are speaking out. It's about really aligning with the power of the heart, with what I call the gut, the truth. What is going on here? Would everybody please wake up? This is our lives. Why aren't people listening? And so I think overall it's in the air, even if there are many children who are quiet and aren't speaking up and have no need yet. There's an awakening, I believe, happening. And some people are actually giving voice to that. Luckily, a lot of the teenagers are doing that now.
Well, I think it's wonderful that they're raising their voice. They're also, though, limited on what they can actually do. That said, you and I were both at the March for Our Lives. We talked about it. We texted. You were on the other side of the march, and we never did connect. But we did talk to a lot of people, and we have some of those interviews. So we'll go ahead and play those interviews, and then we'll come back.
Great.
For gun violence, well, to prepare for it,
I don't have any advice other than if you hear something, hide.
How would you feel if your teachers were carrying guns?
scared. I think that we should make a stand, and we don't need guns to feel strong.
How can you not be moved by those young people's words? What are you getting from there? Because to me, it seems like there's a lot of confusion.
There is a lot of confusion, and the children are very good at surviving, especially when they're more resilient when they're younger in many ways. Having taught young children for almost 30 years and some intermediate grades, I did see that tendency for children just to buck up and make things work. And I think that's what they're trying to do, to their credit right now. The young boy who said, kind of stammered and said, I don't know. How do I protect myself? And he was trying to come up with a solution. We're really putting children in an impossible place to try to come up with answers. But I think the best thing that parents and educators and citizens at large can do is to support children to keep their voice alive, because children tend to speak from all of themselves, from the mind, the heart, the power, which I associate with the gut, that gut instinct. They can't do anything but that if we allow them to do it. And I think they're here to teach us. I've often said children are my greatest teachers, because they're not yet weighing them, or they're not yet weighed down with the baggage from the past. They're not carrying the fears that many adults do because we've lived so long.
So maybe, I guess one of my biggest fears when I was at the march was thinking, what if nothing happens? What if nothing changes and all this hope and all this determination gets squashed at this young age? How do you keep that passion and fire burning and not let it turn into disappointment and anger?
It's a great question, and I think that's our responsibility as adults, to do everything we can to encourage children to speak out, to have a balanced life, to enjoy life some, not be so driven only with academia, which tends to be the nature of education a lot. Homework always takes precedence over, did you have fun playing baseball in the backyard today? That kind of thing. We need to also stay in balance ourselves, because we don't make very good guides for children when we're stressed ourselves.
And I can't say how these circumstances come about, but it is a very stressful world right now. And with all the input and social media, I think a lot of times there's a great deal of disappointment. And I guess what you're saying is having fun and feeling joy is something everyone can do.
Exactly. Right.
Well, how do we bring that out? How does an educator who knows that their classroom is a little tense, or maybe they hear something that's either makes them concerned, or they feel like their students might need to talk about it, how do they do that while staying on course?
Well, I think it's the responsibility of every teacher to actually give themselves time to relax. I personally practiced meditation throughout my teaching career. I don't know how I would have gotten through it and taught as well as I did, even though I could always have been better. That's the way teaching is. You're never quite good enough in your own eyes. But I think that teachers, the nature of the profession, without any issues of violence, is very, very stressful. And to give as much as we can we have to stay in that centered place. And of course, parents need to do the same thing.
Yeah, it's setting an example.
Setting an example. And actually, there's an energetic influence in every home and every classroom. When the teacher is stressed, I had days when I came in, even if I meditated, if I had been in a hurry, the atmosphere in the classroom was never as good as if I started in a place of feeling like everything's set, we're good to go, and that's it.
So this kind of exercise or spiritual practice is something you do. You help people to kind of find their joy and their center. And part of what you've shared with me, and I had the opportunity to read, was your book, Fire Love, which I think is like a prescription for the soul. Can you tell me a little bit about what motivated you to write the book?
I will.
Yeah.
I will. Yes. Basically, my work with children kept my heart open. They were such magic in helping me to stay in that place. I didn't exist in an office where things were too serious all the time. And so they were, again, great mentors for me in that way. And what I would call my own path, my own life journey, was a lot about how to stay in that centered place. And it led to a deeper place with the heart, which I felt was core to understanding life and to enjoying life more.
And right now, people really need that. So this is for parents, for educators, and also for students. How do they get in touch with you?
I have two websites. The first is maryamichael.com. It's Maryamichael.com. And the other is spiritualcoachingforchildren.com.
Thanks so much for your contribution. We need to feed our heart and our soul right now. And I want to thank all of you for watching The Sustainable Scoop. I'm Miriam Gennari. Back to the news desk.
All right, thanks, Miriam.
Thank you, Miriam.
That's good.
That sounds like a good book.
We need to feed our hearts. That's true. That's good.
Yeah.
We need that.
And we all have our life journeys.
Especially in this
That's great.
post Mother's Day show here for 2018. So again, a belated Happy Mother's Day.
Happy
to
Mother's Day. I love you, Mom.
all moms, past, present, and future moms out there, moms to be. It's your special day, and well, hopefully the sun will come back maybe in another week or so.
We've got
and
Memorial Day coming
we'll
up.
get some sunshine. Memorial Day is coming.
Yeah.
So we hope you're ready for that. Get the burgers and the dogs and the briquettes. And
My parents will be here.
Oh, really?
From California.
Well, we have to have them
good.
down.
They should bring them down.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, we got to wrap up and get out of here. It's
Yeah.
about time to say goodbye. So we thank you all for watching this edition of the Arlington Weekly News. Next week, if you're there, we'll be here and we'll try it all again. Have a safe week, everyone. Bye-bye.